Well, thank you, Sophie, for coming into the back of my cab.
And actually, I was like, I want to go and see Lee.
Ah, is that what it was? So I can see that.
I want to see everyone.
Oh, no, you have to mention other people. I thought you were just going to mention me there. All aboard. We're in this nice taxi.
Yeah, we are, Lee.
Do you know what you can get in taxis?
Do you know what happens?
Do you know what happens in taxis? Welcome to Lee Judges TV and for a new series with Sophie Rose. All aboard! All aboard!
Oh my God, what a great intro. I said to Lee, do you want me to do the intro? Because I'm not sure if you know how to do it. And he was like, no, I know how to do it.
I'm an expert. I'm an expert.
So we thought we would do a new segment. It's going to be part 1 on Lee Judges TV and part 2 is going to be on Sophie Rose World. Obviously, my YouTube channel, which I really need to get a bit more of a move on with because you've overtaken me.
Yeah, I have, and you've been a bit neglectful in that department.
I have been neglectful, but not by choice, just by the fact that I only want to upload something that's good, and I wanted us to have a really good content and something that we know the fans are going to love and the subscribers or viewers or whatever. So yeah, this is all aboard, and we thought every week we will come on and discuss whatever's been happening in the Premier League so far, or whatever fixtures we've had. So this first video is actually going to go out on Christmas Day, so we may be a little bit behind on something might have happened.
Yeah,
hopefully nothing too major, like more games being postponed and whatever else. So I think should we start with that?
And Chelsea not winning games,
Yeah, well, okay, hold on a minute. You know what we can do? Seeing as you're so insistent on being horrible about my team, let's just revisit, and Dave, our cameraman, can clip in here, Lee's little tantrum the other day about Arteta. When did you lose that game?
Yeah, so that was against Everton while we was poor.
And that warranted that well, take a look at it.
Let's face it, it was just an absolute shit show of a performance by a manager that just is not good enough. And as much as I wanted to back him, he just isn't good enough for this job, and it was proved today.
Yeah, but Everton was poor, and but they seem to have got a little bit of thing over us, and certainly you after recent results, So.
Well, no, we haven't been.
Did you go to the game
yesterday?
Yeah, did you enjoy it?
I did. I went to the Everton game. Did you play against Everton as well?
Yeah, like last week.
So what happened? What? They're not even that good. What's wrong with us?
I know. We
need to get together.
We need to shape it up a little bit,
But you know what? I'll say. I said to my friends before, because they like to bet on games. I said, don't bet on this game. I said every time I've been to Everton, it's always been a draw or not been that great. So I don't bet on it. And I just knew, because don't forget as well with COVID. We had Lukaku out, we had Werner out, Chilwell's been injured and then he got COVID, Callum's got COVID, everyone's basically got COVID or injured.
We had it at the beginning of the season with Brentford and Chelsea, and no one was complaining about it then, so look, you just got to get on with it and deal with it, and if it's safe to play, then they play, and that's as simple as that really, so...
all right, let's see when Aubameyang...
Typical Chelsea, even their women are moaning about COVID when they get knocked out of the Champions League, so typical Chelsea.
Against Wolfsburg, I think I saw that.
Anyway, we're in a nice little setup here, aren't we?
We're in a lovely little setup here.
We're in the back of the cab.
Yes, this is
Lee's
mate. Shut up, Lee. This is Lee's mate who's organised this. Give him a wave.
Right, Stu.
Right, Stuart.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Hear there, late. It's very late at night, 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's not 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, we're just pretending.
It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it's not even 5 o'clock. It's actually 3:30.
It looks like it's very late.
Yeah, well, just because it's winter, isn't it? And it gets darker earlier.
So where you been anyway? I haven't seen you for a while. You've been out and about, haven't you?
I decided to just gallivant and go somewhere else. I went to America for a bit, had some fun, travelled around the States, went wine tasting in Sonoma. That was fun. And then I more or less thought, I've got no money left and I need to come home.
And earn a bit.
And earn some money. And actually, I was like, I want to go and see Lee.
Ah, is that what it was? So I can see that.
And I want to see everyone.
Oh, you have to mention other people. I thought you were just going to mention me there, and I made you get on the plane back to England,
everyone. I missed everyone. I always miss everyone. I don't really go away in the football season a lot, to be honest. More than for a few days at a time.
It's just 6 times a year.
Fuck's sake.
What do you do?
Anyway, yeah. So let's go back onto the football then. Yeah, we've drifted off.
Arsenal going better, doing better.
Yeah, you're doing a lot better, babe.
Last 2 games.
At the start of the season, you weren't impressed, and now you've.
I'm still not convinced. I'm still not convinced, but we've we actually won our last 5 home games on the trot, so we're certainly doing something right at home. the last couple of games, I'm going to have to say this, have been entertaining as well as getting good results. And
Yeah, you've been getting a few more goals. Not,
few
not,
more
not just
goals.
the odd 1-0 here.
We are now on the plus on the goal average. But the biggest and best thing for me, and exciting for us Arsenal fans at the minute, is our young players: Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka. Oh, all three of them.
Good.
All three of them have been lighting up the Premier League in the last couple of weeks.
Like
Smith Rowe has been doing it for a little while, obviously Saka, but Saka the other night was sensational. So if we can keep them three fit, going as we're going, it's exciting times at the Arsenal from the young point of view. I'm not saying we're going to do anything good or whatever, but it is nice, though, to get your own sort of players, you know, coming through the academy. You've got it as well now. Chelsea have always bought things and everything, but you must be quite pleased that your Mason Mounts and...
Oh, 100%. Like Mace got his goal yesterday. Obviously, this video is going to go out a little bit further on, so we would have had a few games by then, providing they're not postponed. But Mason sort of carries us at times. And even if fans haven't been happy with his all-round, like, you know, his overall individual play, I think, from the start of the season, it's just when he's on the pitch, we just seem to play better as a team. And that's the way I see it anyway. He got the goal yesterday against Everton. I know they equalised shortly after. It's really, really annoying. But like we've suffered without having Mason, Chilwell, Callum even, you know, comes on every now and again. Like we do really struggle. So
Reece James, another one that's come through.
Reece James been so good.
Yeah, he has been very good.
Reece James has been brilliant, and I actually didn't rate him at the start of the season.
Oh, really?
I was wrong. I admit that I was wrong. But also Tuchel does a really good job of rotating the players. At the moment, we just haven't really got many to select. So let's just hope that the likes of Conte and that are fit enough to play very soon. But yeah, I want to ask you one question actually. On a side note. Aubameyang getting his captaincy taken away from him. Now, I think me and you have actually had a conversation about this. My view is, because obviously, apparently he was given the 2 days off to go and visit his mum, who wasn't very well, bring her home or whatever. But doesn't take 3 days to do that. And I do think he was, didn't he go and get, I don't know if he got a tattoo done or whatever it was,
really
but who knows? But still, it's not one rule for one and another for another, because that's how it all goes to shit.
Listen, if the club don't have to give him those couple of days off if they don't want to, but they chose to do so.
Which is nice.
Which is nice. So you give him, even if it was a day, you've got to come back, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like in anything. If you're told to come back, that's the day you come back. You come back. You don't take another day. And obviously this has been going on a little bit further on, so there's other things going on. So I don't think this is just a one-off. Otherwise, they'd have kept it a bit quiet.
Hasn't he been dropped before?
He's been dropped before against Tottenham.
Yeah.
So, and they've come out publicly. But I reckon there was a couple of times before that which have been kept quiet and all that, you know. So listen, at the end of the day, he's done what he's done.
Imagine how much goes on that we don't know about.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
But
it'll be absolutely, like, even after games, I reckon there's always arguments and stuff about whose fault the goal was and blah, blah, blah. That's just not stuff that we're going to know, because it's not appropriate to sort of put it out there to the fans. But I did see something that Piers Morgan tweeted and said it was terrible that they've dropped him. And I'm like, well, no, because actually, I'm getting to the point now. I don't think it matters how good you are, how much of the star player you are. It should be the same rule for everyone. If you can't even turn up on time, come on.
Exactly.
That takes the piss.
And it's even worse when he's your captain.
Well, that's the whole point of it, though.
Yeah,
the captain
leads by example.
Yeah,
he leads
100%.
by example. And at the end of the day, he hasn't. And I agree with you. It doesn't matter how good he is. You know, he needs to be punished. He's actually now, as we're filming now, going into the Leeds game. He's been left out of that. So will he come back? Yeah. Will he come back over Christmas or whatever? At the end of the day, something big's happened, Sophie, because I think he would have come back into the squad now if it wasn't major. So there's been a major bust up somewhere along the line. Yeah. Listen, the last couple of games we haven't missed him. More, I think, will be terrible if we do miss him when we go away from home, because away from home you need those. Especially
going into January as well. I always feel like the season is literally built into two halves, because January you can see teams at the bottom of the league just all of a sudden shoot up. You just don't know.
You've got that transfer window around the corner now, haven't you?
That too.
So that's it's an interesting scenario that this has sort of come out just before the transfer window opens. You know, is that me feeling a bit like, you know?
We don't have
conspiracy theories or whatever, like, so we don't
too many of them going around.
Yeah, too many of them, like, you know. So where do you see Chelsea coming at this? I think it's an intriguing race at the top of the league at the moment.
Yeah,
Liverpool and City look good.
I never like to say things too early. What I will say is everyone gets very, very excited. I know how Chelsea play. I've been going for years. I more or less can sense that at some point during the season we're going to have that little drop and that little fall off, and it's happening sort of now. And I think it started against West Ham and even against Leeds. If you look at that game, really, without the penalties, we were very
Yeah,
lucky.
yeah, fortunate.
So my friends are all like, yeah, Everton's easy. And I'm telling you now, it's more likely to be a draw. And also with the team selection that I looked at, obviously we didn't have a lot. I mean, half our bench was 2 goalkeepers, for God's sake. I mean, we didn't have anyone there. But even besides that, I think sometimes you can just sense when things aren't exactly going to go just according to how the table's looking. But I do think we're still in the title race, 100%. I do agree with that. But we can't keep dropping 2 points here and 2 points there.
To be honest, Sophie, it doesn't look like Liverpool and Man City are going to drop too many points. Got to ask the question. Liverpool playing Spurs, who do you want to win?
I mean, I never want Tottenham to win, so I don't give a fuck.
So you want to draw?
I don't give a fuck. I don't want Tottenham to win. Let's put it that way.
Well, there you go. Then.
I
I love that. Oh, I love that.
I do not want Spurs to win.
That's good. I love it.
Do you know what? I was actually.
I love it.
I was scrolling through my phone the other day. You know when it comes up on your iPhone with like memories from 2018, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a little movie montage for you. And I remember I did this prank video up at Tottenham, and it came up with the old White Hart Lane.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was a good day. That was actually quite fun. But God, what a shithole that place was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't the greatest place in the world. Down North London is red, always will be red, and it's got a lovely. But mind you, I've got to say now with Spurs, and I don't really like to big them up, but their stadium. You've been fortunate enough to been there. I've not been there yet.
You haven't been there yet?
No, I haven't been there. But
both times I've been, we've won, so I've been happy.
Well, let's hope I can make it 1-1 in January, but. It is a lovely stadium, and so I'm looking forward to going there.
Very nice. They've got lovely little flowers outside and stuff now.
Oh, fantastic!
You know what? Conte is a good manager, but I 100% do not think he realised what he was getting himself in for. I don't think any of these managers do.
How do you feel about him being a Chelsea manager? Have you gone off him now, or is this?
Did you
you've had Mourinho go there. You've had
hold on a minute. It's very
Villa
different.
Baos, whatever his name, he went there as well.
No, but it's very different though.
Why?
If these managers, if Mourinho and Antonio Conte were doing really well at Chelsea, and they decided they wanted to then go to Tottenham manage, completely different kettle of fish, we'd all be like, we'd hate them. But Chelsea chose to sack these managers, Mourinho's case twice, even have to give a trophy. So what do you want them to do, for God's sake?
No, so you feel a little bit more, you're all right with that?
It's not even that. I don't even think of it that way. I think of it as a manager, why on earth would you want to go and manage Tottenham? Why would you want to do that? They've got a really bad...
Cash.
Yeah, but it's not even worth that. Your reputation is in tatters after that.
Well,
Conte won't do very well at Tottenham because it's just how they are.
Let's hope you're right on that.
I'm 100% sure that I am right. It's not to say they're not going to get
even,
a good
even
result.
at the darts yesterday, was all singing Tottenham get battered. Even at the darts.
Were you? Did you go darts? Did you?
I didn't go darts, but someone put it on a video today.
They did.
So wherever they go, even at the darts, they're getting battered. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
really.
but I don't. When Tottenham start winning, I don't necessarily think, they could be up there in title for the potential for the title.
I have.
What's wrong with you?
I have panic attacks when they
get
start
grip,
doing it. I really do. I can't.
Lee, you need to.
Listen, I get a lot of stick for them. Like, where we come from, Stu, don't we? There's a lot of Spurs around there.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, but they just talk.
Yeah,
they just talk though. You know.
Yeah, but they
Stu,
talk.
who do you hate more, Chelsea or Spurs? Spurs. Yeah, of course. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Chelsea, we have a happy medium. If Chelsea are playing Spurs, you want Chelsea to win that game, right?
100%.
If Arsenal are playing Spurs, Chelsea want Arsenal to win that game.
Oh, I hope so.
So we have a happy medium.
We
have a mutual understanding.
There is an understanding.
Not that we have so much love for each other.
That's why deep down we love each other.
Yes,
I suppose.
yes.
Deep
down.
Deep down.
Yeah, right down there.
Deep, very deep.
No, that's just gone too far now.
No. Well, it's because it's deep.
Right. Let's move on. Who do you think, as of the moment, going in? Let's just say we're going into January. Who do you think is going to win the Premier League this year?
Well, as you know, I tipped Chelsea to win it. Like,
Did you? Are you still on that though?
No. I just feel that there's just something not quite right with Joe. I think at this moment in time, I don't know what Lukaku I thought was going to be real key for him, but he's not hit the ground running as much as I thought he would. Injuries have took his toll on him a little bit, like
Now COVID.
I just still think, I'm worried about Manchester City because if they get a striker in January, then they've won it because they are a sensational team to watch and play.
Yeah.
But Liverpool continue to keep going well. They're scraping a few results. So that's the difference at the moment between Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool, I don't think, are quite in the same vein as form as they were a few weeks ago, but nicked a result against Wolves, nicked a result against Newcastle without playing well. Chelsea drawing those games, not losing them, but drawing them, but still dropping a few points here and there. I don't think Chelsea can afford to drop too many more points going forward.
No, we can't. We can't.
Because of these two teams. But Manchester City and Liverpool have some tough games coming up. Of course, City have to go to the Emirates in a few weeks' time, so that's going to be very, very tough with the inform Arsenal. And of course, Liverpool going to Spurs at the weekend. So by the time this video comes out, we know, I think, where Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City are going to be. And after that, I do actually fancy who's ever top in and around that Christmas, New Year period. I think will go on and win it. Well, thank you, Sophie, for coming into the back of my cab. Or Stuart's cab, should I say? Like,
it isn't your cab, it's Stuart's cab. Thanks for having us, Stu.
Like, you know, these nice surroundings. So that's it. We come to the end on Lee Judge's TV. Now, listen, the part 2 of us in this cab will be going over on Sophie
Rose World.
Sophie Rose World.
But I can't believe you don't know it yet. That is disgusting.
I do know. I just wanted you to say it. Like,
oh, okay.
I mean? Go on, say it again because I like it.
It's on Sophie Rose World.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. So get yourself over there for part 2.
I think you've been drinking.
It's all that. What's it called? Like OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yes. Subscribe.
What is
to
all
my
that
OnlyFans.
about OnlyFans?
You know what OnlyFans
no,
is.
No, I don't. I'm very naive to the OnlyFans. What is it all about?
Lee, are you all right, babe?
I am, yeah.
I do think Lee's been drinking today, and he tells me he hasn't, but I really feel he has.
I haven't. I'm just excited to see you.
Of course, you always are, babe, isn't
That's
it?
right, that's of course.
Yeah.
But Chelsea have made up one rule.
Right.
You can only make love in one spot.
Right.
So, would you make love on the halfway line, the penalty spot, or the dugout?